Today, this island stands as a symbol of modern power. Glass skyscrapers pierce the sky above the Hudson. Steel and concrete define the horizon. Millions rush through streets ablaze with light and filled with endless noise. But 3 centuries ago, none of this existed. In the year 1700, Manhattan was no metropolis. It was a modest colonial port town on the edge of a vast Atlantic world. A place still called New York, but only recently renamed from New Amsterdam after the English seized it in 1664. Imagine the modern skyline slowly dissolving. Glass turns back to timber. Concrete fades into earth. Asphalt melts into muddy paths. At the southern tip of the island clings a small settlement of roughly 5,000 souls, perhaps a few thousand more if we count the surrounding areas. The population was diverse even then. Descendants of Dutch settlers, English merchants, French Huguenots fleeing persecution, enslaved Africans, free black people, and the remnants of the Lenape people, whose numbers on the island had dwindled to perhaps no more than 200 due to disease, displacement, and conflict. Wooden houses with steep gabled roofs, a lingering echo of Dutch architecture, huddled together along narrow, unpaved streets. Many were 1- or 2-story timber frames, clad in shingles or clapboards, with small leaded windows. A few wealthier homes were already built of brick, a sign that the town was slowly growing richer. Streets had no numbers or formal names yet, only practical labels like Brede Weg, the wide path that would one day become Broadway. At the very southern end stood Fort James, formerly the Dutch Fort Amsterdam, a modest earthen and wooden structure with cannons pointed toward the harbor. It guarded the entrance more as a symbol of authority than a formidable fortress. Nearby lay a burying ground, a small church, warehouses, and the docks. The harbor was the true heart of this world. It teemed with masts, 3-masted brigs from London, sloops from Amsterdam, schooners from the Caribbean. Ships arrived laden with cloth, tools, wine, sugar, molasses, and departed carrying beaver pelts, wheat, tobacco, timber. New York was already a vital node in the Atlantic trade network. Merchants in wigs and fine coats scribbled transactions by candlelight in cramped counting houses. Barrels of grain rolled across rough wooden wharves. The air carried the sharp scent of pine tar, salt, fish, wood smoke, and rotting seaweed. Yet this bustling trade had a dark undercurrent. In 1700, New York had one of the highest proportions of enslaved people in the northern colonies, around 20% of the population, perhaps 1,000 or more. Enslaved Africans labored on the docks, in homes, on small farms. Their forced labor helped build the foundations of the city, a harsh reality woven into its early history. Beyond the docks and warehouses, life flowed more quietly. In the narrow lanes, families gathered around hearths and cozy but cramped wooden homes. Taverns, places like the King's Head or unnamed alehouses, offered warmth, rum, ale, and gossip. Blacksmiths hammered iron by forge light. Bakers pulled loaves of bread from brick ovens. Shoemakers stitched leather. Church bells from the Dutch Reformed or emerging Anglican congregations marked the hours: morning prayers, noon, evening vespers. There were no long avenues stretching northward, no numbered grid of streets, no towering spires of steel, only dirt tracks winding between hills, skirting marshes and streams. Walk just a short distance north, and the town ended abruptly. Cleared fields gave way to dense forests that blanketed most of the island. Oaks, hickories, maples, and pines towered overhead. Deer, bears, wolves, foxes roamed where traffic would one day thunder. Birds filled the canopy with song, a sound soon to be drowned by engines and horns. From a higher vantage, perhaps a low hill overlooking the settlement, the scale becomes striking. A tiny cluster of rooftops hugging the southern shore, the endless sea of green stretching river to river. The harbor lay calm and open, with no bridges linking to Brooklyn, Queens, or New Jersey, no tunnels burrowed beneath the rivers. The island felt distant, almost fragile, a mere speck of civilization adrift in wild nature. And yet, in this humble port, the 5,000 in 1700 towards 7,000 in the coming decades. Trade expanded, fur from the interior, grain from the Hudson Valley, sugar from the West Indies. The Dutch legacy of tolerance and free commerce brought by the first settlers and retained even under English rule lingered in the city's DNA. Ambition pushed outward from the waterfront. But in 1700, Manhattan remained far closer to wilderness than to empire. The rooftops barely rose above the treetops. Chimney smoke curled into a clear sky. Ships in harbor loomed larger than the buildings of Colonial. As the view rises higher, contrast overwhelms. Nearly the entire island lies green, uneven, cloaked in forest. The settlement claims only a tiny fraction of the southern edge. From this height, the future is utterly invisible. No hint of skyscrapers, no trace of Wall Street's financial canyons, no Brooklyn Bridge, no subway tunnels, no glowing avenues. Only timber, earth, wind, and water. And yet this small colonial outpost would one day become one of the most powerful and influential cities on Earth. In 1700, that destiny was still unimaginable. Standing above the island as soft daylight fades across forest and shoreline, we see Manhattan as it truly was, quiet, undeveloped,